Well, I messed up, and I'm pretty embarrassed about it. So let's get into it and discuss all the details and what I want to share with you right here in this video. Alright, now first off, this video is not going to be like the typical videos that we have here on the channel, but rather I want to bring this to your attention because this was just brought to my attention a couple days ago. So let's get into it and discuss what is going on. So just a couple days ago, one of you right here in the community reached out to me and said, hey, I've been watching your videos for quite a while now, and recently I've noticed that you're not looking at the camera. What's going on? Is everything okay, or are you just reading from a teleprompter? Here's the thing, I can tell you this much. No, I am not reading from a teleprompter. In fact, I don't even have one, never have, and realistically, I never will have one. All the information that I talk about in my videos is memorized and rehearsed over and over and over before I even start recording videos. If you've been watching the channel for a while now, I've actually shared that with you in previous videos a couple times that I rehearse for a very long time before I even start recording, and then a lot of times, just like this video, sometimes it takes me 20, 30, or even 40 takes to get a video done. I know, right? So anyway, I want to share the details with you and what is actually going on. Which, by the way, I think the vast majority of you here in the community know this about me. Just in case you didn't, let me share with you the details on this. I'm actually blind. That does not mean that my world is black, but rather I do still have light perception, which means I can still see very bright lights sometimes, not all the time. In fact, I think I'm looking at the camera right now, and the reason that I know that, or that I think that anyway, is because I have a bright light around the camera, and I know if I just stare at the bright light, or where I think the bright light is, I should be looking at the camera. So I think I'm looking at it right now. So that is the whole reason why I maybe have not been looking at the camera sometimes in my recent videos. I apologize. I do my best. Like I said, only about 50% of the time that I'm actually recording these videos, I can actually see the bright light. The other 50% of the time, I don't have a clue where it is. I'm just kind of looking off into straight ahead in front of me, and I think, okay, I'm probably looking about where it is because I've made about, I don't know, 3,000 videos now, and I'm pretty sure of where I think the camera might be at this point. But sometimes I can be off, and some of you have been noticing that in some of my videos lately. In fact, you know what? Let me do this. I've never done this before. I'm going to take the camera down from the holder where it's sitting right now. I'm going to flip it around right here as we record this video, and I'll show you what my setup looks like. So then you can verify for yourself. There's certainly not a teleprompter back there. Never has been, and there never will be. All of my information is memorized, like I said, and I go through it over and over and over again to make sure that I have it perfect so that I can deliver that information to you. Yes, I do memorize all this stuff. In fact, I've had people tell me previously in my life over the course of many, many years, say, how do you remember the stuff that you do? I remember the things that I do, honestly, because I have to remember. I can't reference something visually because I can't see all that stuff. So I rely on my memory like a ton. So if you ever meet somebody that knows me very well, they say, that guy remembers everything. And I do. There's a lot of times that I wish I could just purge some of this stuff out of my head because I have so much stuff that I've memorized that I honestly don't even want to know or that I need to know anymore. But anyway, let's get into that. Let me do that. Stick with me with this. I don't know how this is going to go. I've never done this before. I've never taken the camera down during the middle of a video, but let's do that. I'm going to whip it around and you can see what's going on here. It's super basic. So I have my camera set up in what's called a ring light. A ring light is basically just a round light that lights up, and then right in the middle of it is a little clamp thing that holds the camera. So that's what's going on, and you'll get to see it right now. All right, so let's do this. Stick with me here. How do I usually do this? All right, hang with me. Camera's coming down. All right. Here we go. There you go. Check it out. So I have a light there, that should be the ring light right there, and then up on top, a couple big lights that are up there. Beyond the lights there, you can see probably some kind of wall, maybe. Hopefully you can see that if it's not too bright. But basically what that is, it's a sound wall. So it actually goes way over there even. Way over there is the wall, and that goes over that direction too. But my father-in-law and I built this wall, and it's just like a huge sound wall because in the room that I'm in, it's completely empty, and it was just like a hollow box in here. So I decided let's build something just to absorb the sound in here. So anyway, we built this wall. It's a big, like 7-foot high wall, and it's like 11 feet long, and it's covered in moving blankets. Actually, I think there's 8 or 9 moving blankets on there. And inside the wall, I have like 250 of those acoustic blocks to make it really padded and absorb sound. So that's all that is. This is my setup. Super basic, super simple, 5 lights. And that's it. And you can see right in the middle of the ring light, hopefully I'm pointing at it right now, you can see that there's a little clamp there. The phone sits right in there. Literally, I have 3 iPhones. There's one here, there's one here, and then the other one is I'm holding it because I'm filming with it. So I have 3 iPhones, and that's what I film on, and yeah, That's it. Super basic setup. Anyway, let me flip this thing around again. All right, so there you go. Hang on, let me get this all set up again. Let's go. All right, so you might be, oh, and by the way, down below here, you might be wondering what's going on. It's a moving blanket down here also to absorb the sound, in which, by the way, you might be wondering, what are these guys? I fiddle around with these as I record. They're little, like, silver coins. That's it. So, anyway, now you can see, this is what's going on here. So hopefully that wasn't too much of a bumpy ride for you. All right, so let's see. I hope you're in there good again. All right, so I had no plans on doing that. That's kind of funny. Actually, one of my coins fell out of its little holder thing. I don't know where it went. Anyway, so that's the whole deal right now. That's my setup, and this is how it's always been for like 2.5 years, almost 3 years now. This has been my setup, this exact same thing. So anyway, this is what's going on with it. So again, if I'm not looking at the camera in my videos, I apologize. I'm doing my best here, but I can assure you this much. Even though I might not be looking at the camera, I can assure you this much. The information that I'm delivering to you is the best information that I can find with all the research that I do. I do everything that I possibly can to cross-reference all of the information that I talk about. I've mentioned this before in other videos. I look between about 25 to about 27 different sources every single day. I have a whole bunch of different apps on my phones. In fact, that's why I have 3 phones. I have 2 here and then one that I'm recording with. All these phones have a different purpose. I have one phone for filming, one phone for research, and another phone for doing other back-end stuff on YouTube. But seriously, the one phone that's for research, it literally just has apps on it covered in different sources that I look at to confirm all this information for you. So yes, maybe I'm not looking at the camera perfectly in all my videos, but I can assure you the information that I'm sharing with you in these videos is rock solid because I cross-reference everything. If I find one piece of information in, say, one source or something like that, for me, that's not good enough. I need to cross-reference all the information I talk about to make sure that it is the best information that I can find for you and that I memorize it. I read article after article, report after report, memorize all the facts, and then I rehearse over and over and over and over again. I sit here and talk to myself time and time again until I finally press record and then we get it going. But again, like I said, to be honest with you, usually most videos take me anywhere between 8 and probably 15 takes. Sometimes like this one, this is probably take number, I don't know, 35, 38, 39, something like that. Just being real, I have not counted the number. I just keep going and going and going until I finally get it. So I've been sitting here for a very long time just trying to get this basic video out. But the fact of the matter is, I want to make sure that my videos are good for you. I know not all my videos are perfect, but here's the thing. I'm not perfect either. And also, which by the way, when it comes down to my videos, I do very minimal editing. In fact, I only trim the front and the back of the videos because, you know, when I'm about to push the record button, you can see my arm go out and push the record button. And then when I get done recording the button, I reach out once again, I push the stop recording button, all that kind of stuff. So I trim off like 5 seconds in the front and like 4 seconds in the back. That's it. That's the only editing that I do in my videos. Now, occasionally, if let's just say that I'm maybe, I don't know, 6 minutes into a video and I do something and all of a sudden I mess the whole thing up, sometimes I will try to continue on from there, and then what I'll have Corey, my wife, I'll have those 2 pieces spliced together. Other than that, I don't do any editing in the middle of my videos. Why? Because I want you to see the real me. This is the real me. I'm not perfect in any way, shape, or form. Never have been, and I never will be. In fact, maybe in an upcoming video here at some point, I can share with you a little bit more about my personal life of me growing up. I can tell you this much. I struggled. I struggled way more than you could ever possibly believe that you would ever think. I mean, seriously, I barely graduated high school, to be honest with you. I dropped out of college. You probably never knew this about me. In fact, some of my family members don't know this about me. Yes, it's true. All of this is true stuff about me. But the fact of the matter is, I've always believed in myself, even though a lot of the times it was really hard to do. But the fact of the matter is, I want to be here in any way that I possibly can be. As I've told you for many times now, over the last couple years here, I'm here for you as your one and only daily advocate because I've been in this position so many years of my life. I've never known where to go. I've never known who to turn to. I've never known where to go to get real, accurate information and from a person that I can actually trust. Well, the dedication that I made to you a couple years ago was I want to continue to be that person. I want to be that guy where I can bring to you the information. You can feel like you can trust me. I hope you can anyway. By the way, I've also mentioned this in other videos. Feel free to fact check anything that I talk about in my videos. You can find it all online because that's exactly where I find it as well, is online. So feel free, please, fact check anything that I talk about. You can find it if you just look around. That's exactly where I find my information as well. So anyway, the whole purpose behind this is I want to be that person. I've always, not always, I've been there for many years in my life where I felt like I don't know where to go to find information. I don't know who to turn to, and realistically, I don't know who to trust. Well, that's kind of the dedication that I made to you a long time ago, was that I want to be that person. I want to be that person that brings you the valuable information each and every day in these videos. I want you to build trust with me, which again, cannot be just handed out any day of the week. Trust needs to be earned, and hopefully I am earning that trust with you, and I maintain that trust with you. So it's my dedication, and again, like I always say in my videos, I'm sticking to it. So even if sometimes I'm not looking at the camera, hopefully you can give me the benefit of the doubt and just realize I'm doing my best here. I'm looking to where I think the camera is. Even right now, I might be actually, you know what? I think it's over here now. I apologize. I think I was off by a few inches there. So now I think I'm looking at it now more closely. I don't know. It's over there somewhere. I apologize. I'm doing what I can here. So my eyes are all messed up, seriously. But I'm just trying to look out to where I can. So if you've noticed in some of my videos that I haven't been looking at the camera lately, that's why. It's not because I'm reading off a teleprompter. In fact, you just saw it right there for yourself. There's nothing back there. It's 5 lights, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 lights and a little wall on the other side with a bunch of moving blankets clamped to it. That's it. That's literally my setup, with a table here with another moving blanket laid across it and a couple silver coins that I like to fiddle around with as I talk, because who doesn't love playing with a little bit of silver? Which, by the way, these coins were given to me by people here on the channel. So thank you for those of you that have reached out sending me these. Super weird. I've never had anybody give me a silver coin in the history of my life. Never, ever. And within about a 2-month time frame, I had 2 people, 2 totally different people, give me silver coins. I don't know. Totally random, right? That was probably about a year ago or so that happened. Maybe not quite a year ago, maybe like 6 months ago that these were given to me. But in about a 1-month time frame, 2 people, totally different people, sent me silver coins. I don't know. Super weird, but I like it, right? Why not? So I like to play with them while I talk. But anyway, which, by the way, they're in these really cool little holders that my brother-in-law, Luke, shout out, made these for me. They're super cool. It's like a little, I'll show you really quickly here and then I'll let you go. So it sits like this. And on the back here, it has like the Blind Billionaire logo and things like that. And then it pops out, and then you go. Got your silver coin. So I don't know. Super cool. Luke made those. So hey, shout out to Luke. Thank you so much for these. I love it. Anyway, hope this video helps you out a little bit further and gives you a further explanation into what's going on and why I might not be looking at the camera sometimes. Anyway, thanks for your continued support. I really do appreciate it. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. And who knows, I just shared with you a bunch of things that I've never talked about in some of my videos. But realistically, who knows, maybe I can share with you more about my personal life. Yeah, we can do that. Not a big deal. I mean, realistically, there's not a whole lot to share. I was just a huge mess up basically my whole life until just a couple of years ago, where I finally got a little bit of direction and finally figured out maybe what I want to do with myself. But for basically the first 33 or so years of my life, yeah, just a total mess up. Anyway, hope you're doing well. Thanks again for watching this. I really do appreciate it. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out some of those other thousands of videos here on the channel. I'm here for you in any way that I can be. Whether I'm looking at the camera or not, the fact of the matter is I'm still here for you, and I'm bringing you the best information that I can find on a daily basis. All right, thanks again. Please enjoy your day. Until next time, have a good one, and I'll catch you again later in the next video.